If you want to be the first, you must take responsibility. An assignment can be given to you by somebody, but when it comes to responsibility, you have to take responsibility. I told you this morning I wanted to be in Bolga because, that's where I was born. And I went to university. I went to school in the north. Then I went to university in the south. I went to KNUST. I studied pharmacy. When I finished, I think from my village, I was the first pharmacist of my village. First pharmacist of my village. Okay, at least for my village. And I decided to go to Bolga and stay there. And the Lord told me, stay there all your life. Now, if God tells you go to Bolga and stay there all your life, and this was 1986, not today, 1986. I think that's about 40 years. I mean, it was about life imprisonment. And the mystery is that my wife, who is a Kwawu woman, agreed to follow me. Okay. Now, number one, is God who told us to go there. But number two, I took the responsibility. When God told me I took the responsibility, I agreed. I told myself I was born here. I come from here. The land is deprived. It's a forgotten area. No, even governments scarcely remember Upper East region. Sometimes I think when they are talking about the map of Ghana, they donate us to Burkina Faso. So normally when people ask me, where do you come from? I say, Southern Burkina Faso. Because the Upper East region sometimes politically is not part of Ghana. No, they forget about us completely. I took the responsibility. And when you come to Bolga, recently, a meeting was held by the government, and they held the meeting in our church auditorium. Okay, they held the meeting in our church auditorium. Well, I've been hearing people say all these pastors should stop building churches and build factories. So maybe that meeting, it should have been held in a factory. I can tell you people, one of the most promising aspects of Ghana is the church. You see the way we have gathered here, so orderly, so organized. Only church organizes this kind of thing. Only church. No, only church. Only church sits so beautifully like this at 7:30 in the morning, 8 o'clock in the morning. No confusion, no commotion, nothing. We know where to sit, we know where to stand, we know what to say, and above all, we know how to rejoice in the Lord. Everywhere is depressed. Everywhere is depressed. You know what? The world tries their best to keep beating us down, But I can tell you, we are the shining star of Ghana. We are the hope of Ghana. We are the hope of Africa. It doesn't matter from which angle you look at it. And today, when the choir was singing and they were rejoicing like that, I'm looking at their faces and I'm saying, it's only in church young men shine like this and young women shine like this. It is the house of hope. If you believe it, come and clap your hands and praise God. Now, so you know what, people? It's responsibility. I told myself, we have to take the responsibility. Let's add to the infrastructure of the Upper East region. Let's get involved in education. Let's get involved in the health sector. So you know what? In the Upper East region, I'm in everything. I remember we did the landscaping of our church. The place was very beautiful. When you come to our church, the landscape is very beautiful. But I looked at opposite us was the police headquarters. And I didn't like what I was seeing. So I went to the police and I told them, I want to come and change your place. Don't worry. We will pay for it. We will change the place. I went there, I started cutting down trees and replanting trees because Jeremiah said you pull down and then you plant. And there were some ugly trees there. I went and brought them down. Bogatanga people were shouting, the man is cutting down trees. I said, thank God it's not yourself I'm cutting down. You have to uproot something to plant something. It's a responsibility. And today when you go to Boga and you get to our church and you look at our church and look at the police headquarters, you would think you are in Accra. You know what, people? It's a responsibility. And we paid for everything. I remember when we were going to do it, the police were giving us some tough time. They said we have to write memorandum of understanding. So the president of the country at that time came to Boga and I went to see him. I said, sir, I want to do landscaping and improve on the police place. And they said, I need memorandum of understanding to do improvement. He said, who said that? So I mentioned the one who said it. He said, I will talk to them. But the following day they called me, they said, sir, you are the father of this land. Come and do whatever you want to do. But you know, people, here is a young man who used to work in Bogatanga and I have to go to the boiler and pick up aluminium tins and copper wires to sell before I could get food to eat. But when responsibility appeared, I took responsibility. Who in this building would take up the responsibility of helping this man of God and this woman of God to fulfill that position? So whilst we are thanking God for his life, we must take responsibility. Somebody shout, I take responsibility. So here is King David and he's saying, who will help me to take Jerusalem? And Joab said, yes sir, I take responsibility. When you come to my village, by the grace of God, we have built a place called the Giviat Ha Elohim. And it is a community center for the entire village. It's an air-conditioned building with electronic screen, everything in it. So that when the village have to meet, they don't meet at the market square and they don't meet in open air. But I can tell you, if you Google the name of my village today, and the name of my village is Damal Tindong, I wish your media could spell it. If you, now watch this, if you Google my village, Damal Tindong, the only thing that will come up is the community center our ministry has built in the village. Google and AI doesn't know the name of my village. They don't know the name of the chief of my village. They don't know anybody in the village. The only thing they know is Giviat Ha Elohim, built by Eastwood Anaba Ministries in that village. And that place is also going to have a library that can take 100 children. We are at the stage of roofing the library so that children can go there and study. And if you go, it's a walled place, very nice. That was where my father used to farm. And when my father died, I said, you know what? We are building a community center here in the memory of my father. It's not a church and it's not a retreat center. It's a community center. So the government can go there, chiefs can go there, assemblymen can go there, and the public is open to everybody. And then we just take care of the place. That is it. So this thing is called responsibility, because I looked at the village and there was nothing in the village. And I said, if there's nothing in the village, it will be wrong for me to enjoy all these privileges in life. He told you I just came from America. Then you go back to your village and the place is the same. And you are doing nothing about it. And you are flying from place to place. Only Pete, what is the difference? What is the difference between you and Pete? If you are flying everywhere and do nothing about your village, you and Pete, you know Pete? Not vulture, Volture. You and Volture, there's no difference. When you Pete, difference between. Because you see, where you come from, if the place is impoverished, you have a responsibility. You owe that land. And when we started building that community center, I told my wife, I said, Pearl, you know what? Now we don't owe anybody again. I want to prophesy on somebody that you will take responsibility to be the one who who will pay the school fees of your brothers and your sisters, and to be the one who will pay the school fees of their children. You know, I came from a family that was very poor. Some of my brothers and sisters worked in the chop bar. Even in Kumasi, even when I was in university, some of my brothers and sisters were working in the chop bar. And my wife was my very good friend on campus. So I would tell her, Nana, accompany me to KJT. I'm going to meet my brothers and sisters. And we will go there. And my brothers and sisters, they are pounding fufu. They are working there. And they'll collect the end of the day wages. And they'll give me some. And I'll go to school. So when I now completed school and God started helping me, I said, me too, I will help them and I'll help their children. Somebody here should hear me and hear me well. You are too selfish. You are too inward looking. You are too self-centered. You are too egoistic. You must come to the place where you remember the family you come from, the village you come from, the town you come from, the land you come from, and take responsibility. Somebody shout, I am the first. And say, I am responsible. You must be responsible.